Hey guys, so I'm back for another video, and today's video is actually going to be a kind of tutorial on a door hanger. Now, I picked this pumpkin up at Hobby Lobby and I didn't know what to do with it. I knew I wanted to do something for my door, and I started looking on YouTube and I found Southern Adornments Decor here on YouTube, and then I saw she had a Facebook and an Instagram, and I really started following her and some of her tips that she has in some of her videos. So I'll link all her information down in the description bar below. For her Instagram, her Facebook, and also her YouTube here. So I really picked up some tips on how to do this by watching her, and she is self-taught and she has great tips, and I just love some of the decor that she's done. So this was inspired by her because, again, I'm self-taught as well. Now, also, the font that I used on this is, I'll link it down below because I found it on Pinterest, and it's not my actual font, like the actual picture. So I'll link that down below as well because I want to give credit where credit is due. But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my door hanger. This is the Halloween one. If you guys want to see the fall one, because I will be turning it around and doing the fall one. If you guys want to see that, then give me a thumbs up, and that way I know that to film the other side, because I just finished the Halloween side. Also, another thing, for the bow, I was gonna show you guys how to do the bow, but honestly I don't know how to do it. I followed Southern Adornments Decor, how she has a tutorial on how to do it, so I really just followed hers. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. So this is my my finished product for my Halloween side. Now, I did seal it with a polyacrylic by Minwax, and the bow up here, I'll link the tutorial that she has because I don't know how to do them. I just kind of went based off whatever looked good. So yeah, this one is mine, and like I said, the font that I did is I found somebody on Pinterest, so that is also, you know, I just kind of traced it, and you guys will see that in the video. But this pumpkin is from Hobby Lobby, and then the back will be a fall one. So again, if you guys do want to see that, then give me a thumbs up. And yeah, so this one is mine. It's really pretty. Like, it came out so nice. I'm so surprised for my first one. I'm so happy. I think I'm going to be doing these all the time now for every holiday, but I just love this, and it just came out so nice. I'm so happy and proud of it. But yeah, so if you stay tuned for this video, then you guys will watch how I did this, and maybe you guys can do one too with different patterns, different colors, and just different styles. So if you guys do, just let me know if you guys do a video on it. But yeah, this one is mine, and mine is the pumpkin for Halloween, and then the back again is blank, and I'll be doing that for fall. So yeah, so this is it. So if you guys do want to watch this video and how I did this, then stay tuned, and I will talk to you guys in another video. Bye. Say bye, Layla. So we're first going to start off with this craft pumpkin wall decor from Hobby Lobby. It was $9.99, but their fall items are 40% off. It does come with twine at the top to hang it, and I purchased it for 40% off. It came out to $5.99. I'm using this Anita's acrylic paint. It's an all-purpose paint, and I'm using it in the color orange. What I really did is just squirt it onto the pumpkin and then just spread it. It was easier. I didn't have to use any container to put the orange on. I just squirted it on the pumpkin and then just went ahead and painted the pumpkin all around. Make sure you do get the sides because you will be able to see the sides. It's not a thick side, so just make sure you do get the sides of the pumpkin. I use the big brush just to make it a lot easier. I don't think you really want to use a small brush for something like this because it is pretty large and it just makes it a lot faster. Now you want to start off with thin coats. I just did one coat of this paint. I didn't do 2 coats. It just needed one and it covered just fine. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm taking the bottom of a cup because it is round and I'm going to be tracing out circles all around the pumpkin. Now, what I got from Southern Adornments Decor, her videos when she was talking about doing circles, she says do them in triangles. So you start off with one and then so you make kind of clusters of 3 and then go based off of that all around the pumpkin. That's what I got from it. I don't know if that makes sense, but like I said, I'll link her videos down below. Okay, so I was gonna do this Anita's citrus color, but then I found this Hobby Lobby Halloween one. It's called Goo Juice, and this one is brighter, so I went along with this one, and I'm just taking a thicker brush, and I started doing the first circle where I knew that I wanted. So I'm going to do green, purple, and white. But then I could see the bottom, which was orange, which was fine, but then you'll see me add white. I'm just taking a regular Apple Barrel gloss in white and doing the rest of the circles. And then on top of that, I'll be adding the actual color, just so it makes the color more vibrant. I was gonna just put the paint like do a double layer, but I noticed that if you can tell, like the orange is pretty bright, so I went ahead and did white all on the circles first, and then I'll put the green paint on top. So I did squirt out my paint, so I'm going to put it in a Ziploc bag, and then hopefully it won't dry out. But I'm going to let this dry because I did do 2 coats of the white, and I want to make sure that they dry before I add any more paint. So now I'm just going to take the Apple Barrel Purple Iris. This is a pretty purple. It's pretty dark, so I'll be using that, and I'll be going over the circles. Now, I am going to start off with 1 coat and then go over it with a 2nd coat. You could go over it with the 3rd coat just because it is a little bit transparent, so you do need a couple coats for these. And like I said, I want to do it kind of in a triangle, like green, white, purple, so that the purple or the same colors aren't next to each other, so you kind of have to spread them out. So I was kind of like trying to do it in a triangle, like 1 purple, 1 green, and 1 white. So I went around the whole pumpkin doing that. For this, I found this Trick or Treat on Pinterest. I'll link it down below in the description. What I'm taking is a pencil and tracing over the letters. I don't want to do like the whole paper, just the letters that I can see through the back, because I don't want some of the lead to bleed into the actual wood. So I want to go ahead and just do the letters. You can do it with just like some lead if you have just pieces of lead, but I just took a pencil and did all the lettering and traced all over the letters because we will be placing this on the pumpkin. Now you'll just place it on the pumpkin wherever you want it on your pumpkin, and then just trace really hard over with the pencil where you want it to be shown on the pumpkin, because that lead that's underneath will show up on the pumpkin. So I did it, I pressed really hard, and you could see it, but you couldn't see it that much. So if you want to do the lead darker in the back, you can, but this was fine because I didn't have a mess of lead on the actual pumpkin. So I just went ahead and traced the whole thing, and as you can see some of it really light, like it's showing, like it was enough for me to trace over it just perfectly fine. And I'll be using just some craft paint, acrylic paint, and just going over the letters. It's a little bit tedious because the letters are a little bit thinner, but I mean, it turned out really nice. And you want to use a small brush. Start off with a small brush, and then if you feel more confident in using a thicker brush, then you can go ahead and do that. But I started, like, I was kind of debating what type of brush to use. I just used some random ones that I've had for years. I don't even know where they came from. I think they came from, I don't know, Walmart. But you want to start off with thinner brushes because these letters are a little bit thinner. And the font is really nice. Like I said, I'll link that down below in the description because it's not my like my font or my picture. It's an SVG that I found on Pinterest, and you do have to sign up to get it. Like, you have to sign up to her website to get this free download, but still, for it to be free, I mean, it's okay. So yeah, I'll link that down below because I just really like this and it came out really nice. Or what you can do is just print out any font that you want or freehand it. For my first one, I just wanted to trace over it like this, which was a tip from Southern Adornments Decor, and I wanted to try it out first on my first pumpkin. So I am using this folk art brown. I'm going to do the stem. The stem is just brown. I didn't know what other color to do, and I just went ahead and did all the sides and the top of it. This is really easy. Just squirt it on there and just paint away because it's just really easy to do that. So I did start adding some white paint. This isn't really necessary, to be honest. You won't even see the stem, but I wanted to give it some type of shadow and some type of different effect. So I got black on a small thin brush, and I just went all along the actual pumpkin and just kind of like picking up my brush, like letting the brush and then picking it up, if that makes sense. It doesn't have to be perfect because this picture or this pumpkin isn't gonna be perfect. Just with the writing, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just kind of giving it that little touch and that handmade touch. And I just went along all around the edges, even on the top of the pumpkin and the stem, and along, just kind of tracing the actual pumpkin. After that, I took some white paint and went all along the actual letters. That's why I say that the letters, when you do the letters, they don't have to be perfect, because when you trace the letters with the white, it actually, you can go over the imperfections, like wherever you messed up along the edges, you can just go over it with white. And I'm just giving it that little touch, like a little bit everywhere along. It doesn't have to be perfect. It could be wherever you want. They're just little lines and kind of to highlight the letters in different places. And I just kind of went wherever I messed up on the outside. That's where I put the white, just because you can't even see it after that. I forgot to show you guys, I added these lines around the circles, and I meant to record it, but it wasn't recording, so I just went around all the circles and just added these lines. They don't have to be perfect, and even inside the words they don't have to be perfect, because the messier it kind of looks more like you actually did it, like it wasn't like bought like that. So I just went ahead and did that. Next, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and add some white around the black, kind of like on the outer side, how I kind of went a little bit around it. No specific order, just kind of, you know, add a little bit of white. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that to the black inside the circles. Okay, so I went ahead and just added the white around the circles, except the white circles. Obviously, I can't put white around it, but the purple and the green, I did go ahead and add a couple streaks of white. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it does look, I think, a little bit nicer, and I'm going to hold it up. So I think I'm done with it because I don't want to add too much. I'm going to add a bow, and then basically that's it. On the stem, what I did was just painted it brown, and then I just put some squiggly lines around it, and really that's it. And then I do have, the back is blank, but I'll do that in a different video for you guys, and that will be more fall. But this one I just wanted to put up because I will be decorating for Halloween soon, so I want to put this on my door. Again, I am going to paint the back of it once this dries, and then also seal it with a polyacrylic, the Minwax polyacrylic, but I thought I'd show you guys. And for the bow, I'll show you what ribbons I'm going to be using. But this is how it turned out, and I really, really like it. I slept on what I really wanted to do with it, and I think this came out really nice. So I'll go ahead and show you guys maybe the bow, or how to make the bow. Yeah. So I have some Minwax water-based polyacrylic, and I have a foam brush. I got this at Home Depot, and I'm gonna go ahead and just dunk it in, kind of get the excess off, and then I'm just gonna apply it. And like you can see it's going on, but you kind of have to work fast so that it doesn't leave any streaks. I'm probably going to apply 2 coats, but you have to let it dry in between. Okay, so I finished putting the first coat. I just put my sponge in a Ziploc bag so I can reuse it later and it doesn't dry out. That's what I do, and I'm just going to go ahead and finish this up. Let it dry for probably a day or so, and then I'll add the bow. For the bow, I'm just gonna link a video that I followed here on YouTube, and she does great bow tutorials, and she's probably a professional compared to me. I don't know how to make these. I tried to film it, but I just couldn't get the hang of it, so I just added a whole bunch of scraps that I had in my stash, and some that you know, that I found, and just put it all together. But I will link that video down below. So this bow, I'll just add in, staple it onto the pumpkin. Nothing too fancy about it, but just like I said, I just added different ones. Like some of these were from Dollar Tree, some of them were from Walmart a couple years ago. Just some scraps that I had. And yeah, I think the white one I got from Walmart, this polka dot one I recently got from Walmart. These were from Walmart as well, from maybe like 3 years ago. And then I'm not sure on this one. This one was from Walmart as well. And then the burlap I had and the twine as well. So, and I think this one was from Walmart as well.